We are here with Bobberlove for a new episode of Behind the Tunes with Mad Mandy. And hey Bobber, I wanted to discuss your new song, Blackout.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. So before we get started, you want to do a little toast?
I did.
Okay. What do you want to toast to?
To art.
And this is going to get wobbly because I have to grab my glass. What cash beer are you drinking today?
Today is a Two-Hearted Ale from Bell's, Michigan. One of my favorite breweries, and just a nice, cool IPA.
Gulp. It's really hot in here.
Yeah, we turned up the heat because this is a hot song. So we're doing the interview in front of about, I would guess, probably 325 degree oven.
It's hotter than that, sweetheart.
And I wore a hoodie just to show my dedication.
And your sweat?
Yeah, so the sweat's not necessarily I'm nervous or anything. It's just hot.
It's really hot in here.
But I'm doing it because I want to show that I'm committed to this interview with you.
I appreciate your dedication. All right, so how did you come up with this title?
Seems like we've been through this before. The title, Blackout. It was after the song was written. It didn't have a title, and it was just kind of singing through it, and the one word, blackout, kept it repeats, and the way I say it's a little exaggerated. So I was like, oh, okay, that's probably what the title should be.
What made you come up with the idea, the subject matter of the song? 'Cause it's pretty dark.
Yeah, so it was just a conversation I had with someone one evening. We were talking about the movie The Purge, and just kind of that scenario, and just kind of chatting back and forth on what we would do if that really was such a thing, and kind of how you would handle it. So that's how the whole subject came about. And so I was like, that's kind of dark, but kind of an interesting brain exercise on what you would do, and how you would handle such a horrible night. So that's how the origin of the song came about.
Which came first, your music or your words, your lyrics that you wrote?
So the subject matter came first, and then I started writing the tune, and the tune all started from the single lick of the chorus, which the inspiration came from a really cool YouTube series with Matt Sweeney. It's called Guitar Moves, and he goes around and interviews different guitarists from famous bands or not so famous bands, and just asks them about their technique and the things that they do that makes them kind of unique. And he was interviewing Josh Homme in this particular interview that hit me, and Josh was talking about playing the blues scale, but really emphasizing the blues notes. So like this is in G sharp, so like the blues scale might typically be like something like that, but then in my particular riff I emphasize that note and then those notes, which gives it more of an angular feel. So the rhythm I came up with is like a so that's kind of gave it a kind of an eerie, angular feel, and I felt that fit the subject matter perfectly. So that came first, well, the subject matter, and then that lick, and then I started building the song around that. And then once I had the song structure, and then I started writing the lyrics.
How long did it take you to write the song? Like, and when did you do it? You didn't. It's interesting because, like, right now, I'm not saying the purge is happening, but there's just been a lot of unpleasant things. It's 2020. So, when did you write this song? How long ago was it?
Well, the song was formed several years ago, but I just keep evolving it. But the subject matter was, and the structure of the song, and even the lyrics somewhat were finished years ago. So it really isn't written about the pandemic or quarantine or all the crazy stuff going on in the world. It really is kind of a coincidence that it seems to parallel some of the things going on now. So I'm kind of like a prophet.
No, you're not. Or maybe you are.
Dun, dun, dun.
What instrument did you start? What instrument started the song, and how did you start the video? It looks like, again, creatively you used a lot of resources. Again, you're still kind of in quarantine. How did all that come about?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the video. The song starts with just an intro, just like a heavy drum beat, just kind of a boom bap intro, and it just kind of goes right into the song structure, which kind of just tells the events of an evening. It just kind of runs chronologically through the evening, and the lyrics were kind of just based off of how I would handle the situation, and just kind of built the lyrics through the song like that. But the video, gosh, gotta take a second. About the video.
Your video, I mean, just from what I've seen, again, you've made use of all your resources here. We've discussed that in prior interviews, but again, it's interesting because you added a little twist with the help of your two younger assistants again.
Yes, yeah, so the
the
video again is a zero budget. You know, there's a lot of B movies out there, low budget movies, cult classics.
I like how you're saying that with Godzilla gazing over your right shoulder.
Yeah. So my youngest is, speaking of that, he's really into walking around the house right now, and he'll go, just out of the blue, "There goes Tokyo, go go Godzilla." And then he lets a big dramatic pause, and then he'll go, "Yeah." Makes me laugh every time. So yeah, this is a zero budget video, which you can always kind of tell, but it was super fun to make, and the kids were involved from actually doing the artwork to my youngest. He actually did the stop animation for, I don't want to give it all away, but one of the dolls that sings a section of the song, he changed her outfit and changed the scenes, and was really involved in that, and it turned out awesome. It was kind of creepy, so they were really involved. My other son did a lot of the hand-drawn artwork, and we really just kind of pieced it together. I mean, my wife had some great ideas. We incorporated all the mask changes, were her idea of morphing the guy behind the desk. It just kind of is signing the paperworks, kind of morphs into all these monsters, and that was her idea. Both my kids had some ideas, and then I kind of just picked and choose the great ideas and kind of weaved them all together. So it really was a family effort. Like I said, zero budget, but I feel it's pretty artsy, as all my videos are kind of colorful. And
it's such dark material formed in a loving way.
Yeah, I mean, even though it's a dark subject, I'm not dark or morbid like that. I don't want to go out and kill a bunch of people, but we are going to protect ourselves. So that's kind of my angle on the whole situation. Like, just be ready and prepared and protect yourself the best you can. And that was kind of my whole take on the situation anyway. That's kind of what the video represents.
All right, now time for our rando question. If you were to take a road trip right now, in quarantine, go get the RV like everyone else is doing right now, what 2 records would you take with you?
If I can only have 2 records
Just 2.
right now, so I'm going to answer it as in right now what I would like, not like my favorite bands of all time, but what I think's interesting right now. And just to listen to the whole record, not just a song. Yeah, I think I got it. I think one of them would be Krungbin, and they are a 3-piece. I believe they're from Texas, and it's just the lead guitar. He plays like a really reverbed out, just a clean reverb guitar, and then the woman who plays bass just plays kind of simple melodic lines, and then they got a really cool drummer. He just kind of holds the pocket down, and it's just a real interesting sound, and I could listen to them over and over right now. So I would take them along, and my other one would be, I think it'd be Adolphus Harding. She, I believe, is from New Zealand, and she has a real interesting artsy approach to music. It's pretty stripped down musically, but it's put together real slick. And then the way she sings and her passion's very captivating and catchy too. Like I find myself singing some of her songs. So I would take Krungbin and Adolphus Harding right now on the road with me.
Well, thank you, Bobberlove. It was once again majestic.
Thank you.
Happy Halloween.